Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the MT-25. It's a Tier 6 Soviet light tank. It's located on the southeast spawn of Fjords under the command of Targy.
Let's go.
Game on. Well, you may notice something straight away, but this little light tank has interleavened road wheels, where you normally only see that on the German tanks. But yes, the Soviets did actually play around with the idea themselves, except the difference is that all of these wheels are actually driven. They're actually receiving power from the engines, so it's actually, you might say, a 4x4. Well, sort of. It's got tracks, obviously, but it is very unusual because this was a prototype for a project that started in February of 1943 to actually make a light tank. The Soviets needed light tanks, and the current ones they had at the time, the T-70 and the like, just weren't up to it. They were not capable of fending off German tanks. Now it's armed with a 76mm gun with a 115 Alpha, 125mm of pen with standard ammo, and with the premium rounds it will go through a lot more. It goes through 156mm, and he is carrying some HE rounds as well, because they'll do 165 Alpha or 39mm, and seeing as this is Tier 6, it could actually go in a game with Tier 5s and Tier 4s, and if it does have that sort of pen, that sort of damage, it could be quite useful. This is a Tier 6 game with Tier 5 tanks in it, so he does have the advantage. And he's just spotted a KV-1 crossing the field, and another KV-1 directly behind. First shot hits the tracks. Now the DPM of this vehicle it's kind of underwhelming actually. The standard reload is 4.31 seconds. Targy's got it down to 3.64. But it's such a long reload that it can actually make it very difficult to get huge amounts of damage. Oh, he'll penetrate that guy. Yeah, the Wolverine, very low damage, very low armor. Goes for the side of the KV-1, hits the tracks, but at least the guy goes down, so he gets the spotting assist, and he set that one alight. Oh, the kill shot went to the SU-8. That's a kill steal and a half. He set him alight, and he was down to the bare basic amount of hit points, and the SU-8 landed a round right next door to him and finished him off before he could burn to death. Okay, well, we're moving up on the enemy. Got 4 kills up already on the enemy. P43 over there. I'll get shots on the Wolverine at the moment. He's gone behind the rocks, so there's no chance. Okay, there are some enemy tanks just down the other end of the road where we're on at the moment. And I think he's going to join his teammates. Yeah, I think he was thinking about that. That Type 64, that's another Tier 6. It's a premium Tier 6, so he might want to get that one. Our box tank's moving into position. Targy leaps over the edge of the cliff there. I like this. Ooh, gets in behind the Type. Pumps one round into him. And another. Can he go for a kill? Oh, he ram kills him. Now this is one little light tank you can ram kill in, because it is capable of doing that. It's very wide. It can even drift around corners. Okay, well, the Bishop is gone. Ow! That was a 90mm round from that P43 Biz. 266 hit points down. Well, we did see the M44 a short while ago. He was in one of these chines. And I think he's going after him. There he is. Box on. Oh, Amarak. Okay, so he got an award there. Now, who's he going after again? That P43 Biz is still there. There's only 4 enemy tanks left alive. I think he wants that P43 and get some revenge, get some hit points off him. Okay, our box tank's going in against that P43. And it looks like there's a couple of wrecks in between. There's the P43. You can just about make out the turret. Not much showing. And we just lost the box tank. He gets shot in. He's looking our way. One in. High roll. Oh, we just blocked a shot. That hit the tracks. We get the T-34 needs to get out of the way while we're shooting. Oh, and that's the kill shot. So that's 3 kills now for targy. I think he's going in. He wants that Cromwell. He's the last one on the enemy team. Our T-34 has decided to go after him. Oh, he went down. So now it's down to targy to take him before the rest turn up. Okay, is he going to do this? Climbs over the rock. Locks on. That was a very good ending to the battle. Here's the end of battle results. That was a first-class tanker for targy in the MT-25. He got a demolition expert because he blew the M44 to pieces. Must have hit the ammo rack. He also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. And a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. As well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8 in this one. His win rate was very high, 8,848. So he was performing very, very well on this one. And he says, wow, on the ball. He certainly was. He didn't get the highest damage in the game. He was the highest damage on his own team, though. The highest damage in the game went to that Cromwell, the last enemy tank killed. 1,652 hit points, or was it? No, I'm reading that wrong. 1,669. It was the P-43 Biz, one of the tanks he did kill. And second place was the Cromwell with 1,652. And targy got the third highest damage with 1,509. When it came to kills, though, he actually shared the top spot with the box tank and the Cromwell. They all had 4 kills apiece, with that P-43 getting 3 kills. And when it came to base XP, he got 1,099, the only player to get over 1,000, with the box tank getting 822 and the KV-1SA getting 684. So he got 2 out of 3 in this one, just missed out on the damage by a little amount. He fired 19 rounds. 15 direct hits, 10 penetrations, damage of 1,509 hit points, all of it at close range. He did receive 2 hits from the enemy. One was the penetration, one was the non-penetration. They both came from the P-43 Biz. And he did survive that 90mm round, which is why he blocked damage of 240 out of that. And 5 enemy vehicles were spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 642 hit points of damage resistance. Now, he earned 11,268 credits from that battle, and he also got 25 bonds for a mission achievement and 3,297 experience points altogether. So that was a very, very decent game in the MT-25. It's a fun tank to play, but not a lot of people do play it because it's actually quite big for a light tank. It's actually more medium-sized than anything. I mean, originally, they were actually going to build an oscillating turret on this tank, but they got what they got. In fact, it was a tiny turret, but on a very wide-bodied light tank, which was capable of almost drifting through corners. And in fact, you may have seen it in the Halloween contest quite some years ago when they used it for a Halloween event on Nebelberg. It was actually a fun little tank for that game. Anyway, that's the first replay. Let's have a look at the second one. In the second game, we've got Picklefish44 on the south spawn of Murovanka Encounter.
Time to roll out.
Okay, game on. Well, you can see this is a very squat little vehicle. It doesn't have a huge amount of armour. On the front of the hull, it's 45mm. Front of the turret's 45mm. 40mm elsewhere all around. So very lightly armoured, and that's why it can go fast. So you can see that Picklefish has a lot of experience in this one. He's already had an ace tanker in it. Now, one of the big things, as I say, about this little tank is that it doesn't have a very good fire rate, which means that obviously it doesn't generate a huge amount of damage really quickly. And so it does rely on its ability to be a light tank and spot the enemy and get away with shots at distance and then retreat. Now, this thing can actually ram. As I did say in the other battle when targy actually ram killed that Type 64, you can ram kill in this thing. It's actually designed to be able to do that. Now he's backing onto that corner, but the KV-5, he's coming on. Now this is a tier 8 game, he's tier 6, so he's bottom tier. And he did get spotted there towards the end. Now, I wonder if that was the T-29 that saw him as he was pulling back. I think it might be. He's got to watch out. The KV-5's coming around the corner. And he has been spotted again. Ow! And he gets hammered by the KV-5 for 284. And so he's going to have to pull out of this area. Otherwise, he's going to receive fire again. Okay, it was the enemy Arty that was trying to get him. And he nearly got nailed again by the enemy Arty. There's two Arty on the enemy team. One's an M12, the other one's the FP304. And I'm not sure which one it was that actually did get or took a swipe at him. But it's not recording any damage. Okay, zips past the middle. I wonder if he's going to go after the enemy Arty. He got spotted again. Not sure who spotted him this time. But he goes straight for the bushes to get some cover. It might be those guys over in the Magic Forest. He doesn't really want to get hit by them. Not considering this is a tier 8 game. Oh, he spotted the VK2801. Now that is probably the tank that saw him. And he's another tank that can ram. And unfortunately, yeah, he's now on auto aim. Oh, he got some air there. And he got a hit. Go for the kill. Ram him. Well, he got the damage. And he's following him. There you go. Again, that poor DPM let him down there. Get away from that KV-5. Well, the KV-5's not looking at him at the moment. He's looking at our heavies. So we might as well give him a quick shot up the rear. Needs to use the premium. Nope, didn't get through. But it's distracting him. Could go for the Dalek. He does get a pen there. No, we're being looked at. Yeah. He didn't want that. He saw that and thought, I'm getting out of here quick. Okay. Now, the only danger at the moment is the enemy on the Magic Forest. They've actually won through. And all we've got is a Cromwell to stop them from getting to our spawn point. We're one down on the enemy, but remember, we've got the advantage that we can go after the enemy artillery if we can find out where they are. Now, we haven't seen a shot from them for a little while. We've got a T-69 coming our way and a Super Chaffee. They can't see him. That's the good news. The bad news is he's down to 12 hit points. Only 12 hit points. One shot from the enemy and it's going to kill him. So he gets one quick shot in and disappears. You saw that shell zip past him. So now he has to escape and evade. T-69's definitely coming for him. I think he just lost too many hit points when it came to that VK. There's the enemy Arty again. Now this was after they moved the cap on Murovanka. So it's a little over towards the centre now. Oh, that was a round from the Dicamax, I think. That's a 105mm round he dodged. And the Scorpion's asking for help. Now I think the Scorpion wants to find out where the enemy tanks are. Oh! Tiger 1, we don't want to see him. And we found us SG-152. The Scorpion can deal with the 152. And he is firing at the guy. Now, can we get rounds into this? Probably. Go through the side. Nice. Yes! He only got 122, but it's a high roll. Hit that one. I think hit the body, but it didn't actually do anything. No. Aimed slightly over. Oh, he's gone! The kill shot went to the Scorpion in the end, so he did get it. Now we got the ISU 152. It hit, but it didn't go through. That went into the engine bay. And he's been hit twice. He's been tracked. Now go for it. Keep him tracked. Let the other guys have the damage. Yes! Nice! And they got the kill. Very well played. He deliberately held that guy there by going through the tracks and letting the heavy tanks deal with him. But the enemy do have the cap area now. So how's he going to deal with it? There's the Dicamax. It's the Dicamax in the cap. That's very silly because the Dicamax has no armor. Well, none to speak of. And their T-69's also in the cap. Oh, he dodged a lot of shells there. And that's the enemy Arty. And he managed to dodge that as well. Okay, so he needs to go over to the far west side of the map, shoot at the T-69 where he can't be seen. But in fact, actually, he's doing patrol duty now. So he's spotting for his teammates, keeping them in the frame. We're about to get 3 enemy tanks in the gap. Well, they got one of them. They just took out the Dickomax and the T-69. So now we've got a 2-tank advantage on the enemy, and I think the Scorpion's going to come in and help us now. There's no enemies left in the Magic Forest. There's only the 2 tanks that are near the cap, or rather their Super Chaffee and their T-29. We've just located their M12, and our Super Hellcat's up the other end of the map, but we don't know where the FV304 is. Okay, the M12's gone. Just that FV304, and we don't know where he is. And they've just lost their T-29, which now means there's only 1 tank in it, and that's the FV304, somewhere in the Magic Forest, we believe. Super Hellcat's coming in from one direction, we're going in from the other. We're probably going to meet him head on. Where is that Bert? Well, he's not in here. So he must be over on the far west side in the northwest corner. No, he's not. And he is in the forest. And he just got nailed by the Scorpion. And that's the end of the game. What was impressive about that game was that Picklefish44 won that game with very, very low hit points left at the end. Only 12 hit points, I believe, he was carrying towards the end, but he still managed to get an ace tanker out of it, as well as a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. His second mark of excellence, a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly, and on top of that, he picked up a patrol duty for staying near the cap area, keeping the guys spotted and allowing his teammates to get damage on them. He got a win rate of 4,164, not quite as high as Targy got, but certainly very, very good indeed. And he survived the battle as well. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in this game. No, he got 1,116 hit points of damage. The high scorer was, in fact, the Scorpion, who was sitting back there in the bushes, nailing enemy tanks that he'd actually spotted for them. 4,056 hit points of damage went to the Scorpion. Second highest damage went to the it's not the T-69, it's the VK3601H. Yes, he got 2,539 hit points, and he picked up a Confederate. The Scorpion got the high caliber and the Top Gun. And the third highest damage went to that T-69 with 2,369 hit points. When it came to kills, it was 6 kills for the Scorpion to get the Top Gun, and then 2 kills for the VK3601H, the Super Hellcat, the ARL-44, and the T-69 and Tiger 1 on the enemy team. Picklefish only got the 1 kill out of that one. But when it came to base XP, he's in second place. The VK3601H got 1,157, and that's mainly down to the fact that he was tier 6 in a tier 8 game, and he was nailing much higher tiers than himself. And of course, Picklefish was tier 6 as well, and he was doing exceptionally well. He got 1,138, and the Scorpion 1,104. So 3 players managed to get over 1,000 base in that game. He fired 19 rounds, 16 direct hits, 11 penetrations. Yes, he did have a fair number of rounds which just didn't penetrate through the armor. And he did damage of 1,116 hit points, of which 443 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, 2 penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 2 hits by way of splash damage as well from the enemy Arty, getting very, very close to him. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 1, did 2,848 hit points of spotting assist. That was his chief benefit from this game. He was spotting for his team, and he was allowing them to do superb damage, especially that Scorpion, who was actually he was just sitting in the bushes, blasting away at the tanks that Picklefish had found. He picked up a profit of 11,852 credits from that game, did fire some premium ammo, 5,121 experience points as well. So 2 excellent games in the MT-25. Picklefish has obviously been doing it a fair bit longer than Targy's been doing, so that's why he's got to the second mark. But you can see that both of them are going to end up getting marks on their barrels simply because they're getting great results. Look at that top one by Targy, 8,848 on the win 8. And then with this one, 4,164. So you could tell straight away that Targy is on target for 3 marks of excellence easily, because if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to earn it. So I hope you enjoyed both of those replays. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it beats the algorithm, and thank you for watching.